Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. In this course, Introduction to ICT and ELT, we made a video presentation. Well, in this video, I, Nurul Cahyani, and my four group friends, namely Aqilah Rhihadatulaisy, Nurul Fadilah, Nurul Rezky Amalia, and Yunisha, will present about a learning integration for ELT. So, without waiting any longer, here is our presentation video. Happy watching, guys!
Introduction to E-Learning in ELT. E-learning has revolutionized the English language teaching or ELT landscape by harnessing the power of technology to enhance the language learning experience. In recent years, e-learning has offered a wide array of digital tools and platforms to facilitate language acquisition. E-learning in ELT provides learners with flexibility, accessibility, and personalized learning pathways. With the advent of interactive multimedia, virtual classroom, and AI-driven language apps, students can now engage in immersive language practice, receive instant feedback, and access a wealth of resources at their fingertips in addition to new opportunities for educators to create dynamic and engaging language courses. Next is definition of e-learning. E-learning, short for electronic learning, is an approach to education that utilizes electronic technologies, especially the internet and digital devices. E-learning includes a wide variety of online tools, resources, and platforms designed to support various forms of education, training, or interaction. E-learning can take the form of interactive courses, virtual classroom, multimedia presentation, and educational website. The significance of e-learning in ELT. First, e-learning offers unparalleled accessibility, breaking down the geographical and logistic barriers that often limit traditional classroom-based ELT. Learners from different parts of the world can now access high-quality language courses and resources with easy and encourage cultural exchange. Secondly, through personalized learning path, adaptive assessment, and instant feedback mechanism, students can tailor their language learning experience to suit their needs and learning pace. Lastly, teachers can utilize technology to create dynamic and varied learning materials, track student progress more effectively, and provide timely support and guidance. The evolution of e-learning in language teaching. Along with technological development, the introduction of multimedia elements, such as audio and video, enriches the learning experience by providing students with authentic language input, exposing them to different accents and cultural nuances. And one of the most significant developments in the evolution of e-learning in language teaching is artificial intelligence or AI. AI-driven chatbot provides real-time language practice and feedback. Next, we move to pedagogical foundation. Pedagogical foundations are the underlying principles and theories that support effective teaching and learning practices, including a deep understanding of educational psychology, learning theory, instructional strategies, and curriculum development. A strong understanding can equip teachers with the tools to design curriculum, plan lessons, assess student progress, and adjust their teaching method to ensure optimal learning outcomes, making it an essential pillar of effective education. Part A. Learning Theories in ELT. The first theory is behaviorism. Behaviorism theory, especially that associate with B.F. Skinner, emphasize observable behavior and the role of reinforcement in language learning. In ALT, this theory can be seen in practice of drills and repetition. Teachers use positive reinforcement, such as praise of rewards, to encourage language production, while negative reinforcement may involve error correction. Connectivism. Theories of connectivism shift the focus of two internal mental processes and cognitive structures. Cognitive theories such as Jean Piaget and Lev Vygotsky have influenced ELT by highlighting the importance of cognitive development and social interaction. This translates into activities that stimulate critical thinking, problem solving, and language comprehension. Constructivism. Based on constructivism theory, particularly those of Piaget and Vygotsky, emphasize the active role of students in constructing their own understanding. In ELT, constructivist approaches encourage students to engage in meaningful real-world language experience. Connectionism. The theory of connectionism states that language learning occurs through the gradual development of connection or association between words, concepts, and grammar rules. In ELT, this theory informs vocabulary acquisition strategies such as the use of flashcards, word networks, or frequency lists, which help students build neural networks of language connections. Sociocultural theory. Developed by Vygotsky, this theory emphasizes the role of culture and social interaction in learning. In ELT, sociocultural theory highlights the importance of social context for language development. Language learners benefit from opportunities to communicate meaningfully and immerse themselves in a target culture. Input hypothesis. Proposed by Stephen Krashen, this theory suggests that language learners acquire language most effectively when they are exposed to comprehensible input that is slightly beyond their current level of proficiency. In ELT, this theory supports the use of grounded reading materials and language input that is challenging but not overwhelming. The last theory is task-based language teaching, or TBLT. TBLT is a practical approach that is in line with constructivist and sociocultural theories. It emphasizes language use in context of meaningful tasks. Part B. Blended learning and neutral in distance education. Here is the concept of blended learning and neutral in ELT in detail. The first is component of blended learning. Blended learning usually involves a combination of the few components. Number one is in-person interaction. In ELT, this can involve teacher-led lessons, group discussion, and interactive language activities. The second is online learning. The online component may include a variety of online resources and activities. And the third is self-paced learning. Blended learning often includes online modules that allow students to progress through language content at their own pace, providing flexibility for students with varying levels of proficiency and learning styles. And the second is the role of blended learning in ELT. Number one is individualized learning pathways. Blended learning allows educators to tailor language instruction to the needs of individual students. Enhance engagement. The online component of blended learning makes language learning more engaging and fun. And the third is flexibility and accessibility. Blended learning offers flexibility in terms of when and where students can access learning materials. And the fourth is support for diverse learning styles. ELT students have diverse learning styles and blend traditional and online approaches. And the fifth is assessment and progress tracking. Blended learning platforms often include assessment tools that allow educators to monitor student progress and identify areas where additional support is needed. And the sixth is culture and conceptual immersion. Online resources in blended learning can expose learners to diverse English accents, cultures, and contexts. And the last is preparation for digital communication. Blended learning equips students with digital skills and familiarity with online communication tools.
Thanks for the opportunity.
So the next material is e-learning tools and technologies. E-learning tools and technologies have users in a transformative era of education, revolutionizing the way knowledge is imparted and acquired. These innovative digital resources encompass a wide spectrum of platforms, software, and hardware solutions designed to facilitate and enhance learning experiences across various fields and disciplines. From interactive online courses and virtual classrooms to sophisticated artificial intelligence-driven applications, the world of e-learning offers educators and learners an extensive toolkit to engage, collaborate, and thrive in the ever-evolving landscape of modern education. Here is some of e-learning tools and technologies and their profound impact in contemporary learning paradigms. So, for the first is Learning Management System or LMS. LMS is a robust digital platform designed to streamline the administration, delivery, tracking, and assessment of educational courses and training programs. LMSs serve as a central hubs for educators, trainers, and learners, providing a user-friendly interface for content creation, distribution, and management. They enable institutions, businesses, and organizations to efficiently organize and deliver learning materials, monitor student progress, and facilitate interactive engagement through features like discussion forums, quizzes, and assignments. LMSs have become indispensable tools for both traditional and online education, offering scalability and adaptability to meet the diverse needs of learners in today's digital age. Here is a detailed description of learning management system and their key features. A. Content management. LMSs allow educators and administrators to create, organize, and upload a wide range of learning materials, including text documents, videos, multimedia presentations, and interactive models. This content can be easily updated and shared with learners, ensuring that everyone has access to the latest information. B. User management. LMSs provide tools for user authentication, role assignment, and user group management. Educators can create user profiles, assign specific roles, and customize access levels and permissions. C. Course creation and delivery. Educators can design and structure courses within the LMS, including set up course schedules, creating syllabi, and defining learning objectives. LMSs support various instructional methods, from self-paced e-learning modules to live virtual classes. D. Assessment and feedback. LMSs offer tools for creating and administrating assessments, quizzes, tests, and assignments. They can automatically create objective questions and provide instant feedback to learners. Educators can also use LMSs to track student progress and identify areas where additional support may be needed. E. Communication and collaboration. Many LMSs incorporate communication tools such as discussion boards, chat rooms, and messaging systems. These features facilitate interaction among learners and between learners and instructors, fostering collaboration, discussion, and peer-to-peer learning. F. Reporting and analytics. LMSs generate detailed reports and analytics on learner performance, engagement, and progress. Educators and administrators can use these insights to make data-driven decisions, refine teaching strategies, and assess the effectiveness of courses. G. Mobile accessibility. Modern LMSs are often designed to be mobile responsive, allowing learners to access content and participate in courses from smartphones and tablets. H. Integration capabilities. LMSs can integrate with other software and tools, such as learning content repositories, video conferencing platforms, and third-party
third-party applications. This enables organizations to create a seamless learning ecosystem that meets their specific needs. I. Security and data privacy. LMSs prioritize data security and privacy, ensuring that sensitive information, including student records, remains protected. G. Scalability and customization. LMSs are scalable, allowing institutions to adapt as their user base grows. They also offer customizations option, enabling organizations to tailor the platform's appearance and functionality to align with their unique educational goals and branding. Next, the second learning tool is online language learning platforms. Online language learning platforms are digital educational environments that provide learners with convenient and effective ways to acquire proficiency in a foreign language. These platforms have gained immense popularity due to their flexibility, accessibility, and diverse range of features tailored to language acquisition. Here is a detailed description of online language learning platforms. A. Comprehensive language courses. Online language learning platforms offer a wide array of courses covering various language proficiency levels and learning objectives. Whether learners are beginners seeking basic conversational skills or advanced students aiming for fluency, these platforms provide a structured curriculum to meet their specific needs. B. Interactive learning materials. These platforms employ interactive and multimedia-rich content, including videos, audio recordings, quizzes, and interactive exercises. These materials engage learners through real-life dialogues, cultural insight, and pronunciation practice, providing a well-rounded language learning experience. C. Adaptive learning. Many online language platforms use adaptive algorithms to tailor content and exercises based on the learner's progress and performance. D. Gamification elements. Gamified features such as points, badge, and leaderboards enhance motivation and make learning more enjoyable. Learners can set goals, track their progress, and compete with others, fostering a sense of achievement and encouraging consistent practice. A. Mobile accessibility. Most online language learning platforms are compatible with smartphones and tablets, allowing learners to study on the go. F. Speaking and pronunciation practice. Many platforms incorporate speech recognition technology to provide learners with opportunities to practice speaking and receive immediate feedback on their pronunciation and intonation. This feature is particularly valuable for improving conversational skills. G. Community and social features. Online language learning platforms often include discussion forums, chat rooms, and language exchange partnerships that connect learners with native speakers and other learners. This social interaction promotes language practice and cultural exchange. H. Progress tracking. Learners can monitor their progress through detailed reports and assessments. These features help learners identify areas where they excel and pinpoint areas that require additional attention, allowing for a more targeted and efficient learning process. I. Certifications and tests. Many platforms offer internationally recognized language proficiency tests and certification. These credentials are valuable for academic and professional purposes, providing evidence of language competency. G. Subscription models. While some basic features may be available for free, online language learning platforms often over premium subscriptions model that provide access to advanced courses, personalized coaching, and additional resources. Next, the third e-learning tool is mobile apps for language learning. Mobile apps for language learning are compact software applications designed to facilitate acquisition of foreign language on smartphones and tablets. These apps provide a convenient and flexible way for learners to engage with language content and improve their linguistic proficiency. Mobile language learning apps offer a range of features, including interactive lessons, vocabulary exercises, pronunciation practice, and cultural insight, all tailored to different language and proficiency levels. They enable users to learn on the go, making language acquisition more accessible and adaptable to busy schedules. With intuitive interface and gamified elements, this app enhance motivation and make language learning an engaging and enjoyable experiences. There are numerous mobile apps available for language learning, catering to a wide range of language and proficiency levels. Here are some popular and highly regarded examples. First, Duolingo, Rosetta Stone, Babbel, Memrise, Mango Language, Pimsleur, Tandem Language Exchange, HelloTalk, Busuu, Anki, Lingoder, and Drops. Next, the fourth e-learning tool is gamification and language learning. Gamification in language learning is the integration of game-like elements and principles into the language learning process to enhance engagement, motivation, and learning outcomes. This approach leverages the inherent appeal of games, such as challenge, rewards, competition, and interactivity to make language learning more enjoyable and effective. Gamified language learning platforms and apps often incorporate features like points, pages, leaderboards, and interactive exercises to create a dynamic and immersive learning environment. By introducing elements of competition and accomplishment, gamification encourages learners to actively participate, practice consistently, and persist in their language studies, ultimately improving their language proficiency. Next, the fifth is virtual reality or VR and augmented reality or AR in ELT. VR and AR are cutting-edge technologies that have started to play a significant role in English language teaching or ELT, offering immersive and interactive learning experiences. Here is an explanation of how VR and AR are applied in ELT. VR in ELT. VR creates entirely immersive digital environments that students can explore using VR headsets. In ELT, VR has several applications. First, virtual language immersion. VR can transport learners to virtual environments where they are surrounded by the target language. This can be a language retreat in a foreign country, a historical setting, or a business meeting. Immersive experiences like this help improve listening comprehension and cultural understanding. The second is simulate conversations. VR enables students to engage in simulate conversation with virtual characters, providing a safe and controlled environment for language practice. This interaction can be customized to match students' proficiency levels and learning objectives. Next, virtual field trips. Teachers can take students on virtual field trips to English-speaking countries or historical sites, providing context and real-world language use. This immersive experience makes learning more engaging and memorable. Next, language game and quizzes. VR can turn language exercises into interactive games and quizzes set in virtual worlds. These gamification elements increase student engagement and motivation while reinforcing language skills. B. AR in ELT. AR overlays digital content onto the real world, typically viewed through smartphone or AR lenses. In ELT, AR has the following applications. First, interactive learning materials. AR can make textbooks and printed materials interactive by scanning them with a smartphone or tablets. This can bring vocabulary words, illustrations, or historical figures to life, providing context and enhances understanding. The second is language translation. AR apps like Google Translate can translate text in real time, making it useful for language learning, navigating unfamiliar environments, or reading signs and menus in foreign language. The third is AR flashcards. Language learning can use AR flashcards that, when scanned, display 3D models, pronunciation guides, or example sentence making vocabulary acquisition more engaging and effective. The fourth is cultural and historical exploration. AR apps can provide information about cultural landmarks, historical sites, and artworks when users point their device's camera at them. This contextual information enriches language learning by connecting it to real-world context. The fifth is collaborative learning. AR can facilitate collaborative language learning experiences. Multiple users can interact with AR content simultaneously, making group learning more dynamic and interactive. Both VR and AR have the potential to revolutionize ELT by making language learning more immersive, engaging, and relevant. While these technologies are still evolving and may not be accessible to all learners, they offer exciting opportunities for educators to create dynamic and effective language learning experiences. Next material is designing effective e-learning courses. Designing effective e-learning courses involves a thoughtful and strategic approach to creating online learning experiences that maximize engagement and facilitate effective knowledge acquisition. Key elements of designing of effective learning courses include: first, clear learning objectives. Define clear, specific learning objectives that outline what students should know or be able to do after completing the course. These objectives guide course development and assessment. Second, engaging content. Create content that is visually appealing, concise, and relevant. Use multimedia elements like videos, graphics, and interactive simulation to maintain learner interest. Third, interactive activities. Incorporate various interactive activities such as quizzes, assignments, discussion forums, and group projects to engage learners and encourage active participation. Fourth, structures modules. Organize the course into well-structured modules or units, each with a logical flow of information. Present content in a sequential manner to build on previous knowledge. Fifth is clear navigation. Ensure intuitive navigation and user-friendly interface to help learners easily access content, track progress, and find resources. 6. Assessment and feedback. Design meaningful assessment that align with learning objectives. Provide timely feedback to help learners understand their strengths and areas for improvement. 7. Adaptability. Consider the diverse needs and learning styles of your audience. Offer flexibility in content delivery and assessment to accommodate various learning preferences. 8. Accessibility. Ensure that course content is accessible to all learners, including those with disabilities. Use accessible design principle and provide alternative formats for materials. 9. Collaborative opportunities. Encourage peer-to-peer collaboration and interaction through discussion boards, group projects, and collaborative tools. This fosters a sense of community and shared learning. 10. Regular updates. Periodically review and update course materials to keep content current and relevant, reflecting change in the field or learner feedback. 11. Feedback mechanism. Establish channels for learners to provide feedback and seek assistance. Respond promptly to learners' inquiries and concerns. 12. Monitoring and analytics. Use data analytics and learner tracking tools to monitor progress, identify areas of improvement, and make data-driven course adjustment. 13. User testing. Before launching the course, conduct usability testing with a small group of learners to identify and rectify any usability issues or content gaps. 14. Engaging assessment strategies. Go beyond traditional quizzes by incorporating real-world scenarios, case studies, and projects that access practical application of knowledge. Designing effective e-learning courses requires a blend of pedagogical expertise, instructional design principle, and a keen understanding of the target audience. By incorporating these elements into course development, educators can create engaging and impactful e-learning experiences that promote effective learning and knowledge retention.
Thank you for the opportunity. I'm Nurul Fadilah. Just get to the point. I'm going to explain the next material about integration strategies. The first is integration e-learning into traditional classroom settings. Integration e-learning into traditional classroom settings, often referred to as blended learning or hybrid learning, involves combining in-person instruction with online resource and technology to enhance the overall learning experience. In blended learning, students typically engage in face-to-face, listen, discussions, and activities while also accessing online material. Assessment and interactive content. This integration offers several advantages, including increased flexibility, personalized learning, improved access to research, and the opportunity to develop digital literacy skills. The second is flipped classroom models. The flipped classroom model is an innovative educational approach that flips the traditional teaching paradigm. In this model, instructor deliver instructional content such as video lecture or readings. Class time is then used for active learning activities, discussion, problem solving, and collaboration among students. This approach aims to maximize the value of face-to-face interaction by allowing students to engage in deeper, more interactive learning during class sessions, while accessing foundational content at their own pace outside of class. The third is synchronous versus asynchronous learning. Synchronous and asynchronous learning are two distinct approaches to online education. Number one, synchronous learning. This approach involves real-time live interaction between instructor and students, often through video conferencing, webinar, or virtual classroom. Synchronous learning offers immediate engagement, facilitates real-time discussion, and allows for instant feedback. Number two is asynchronous learning. Asynchronous learning, on the other hand, offers flexibility as it doesn't require student and instructor to be online simultaneously. Instead, learning access pre-recorded lecture and discussion board at their conference. While it provides flexibility, it may lack the immediacy of synchronous learning. The fourth is hybrid and online-only language course. Hybrid and online-only language courses represent two distinct approaches to language education, namely hybrid language course and online-only language course. Hybrid language course often referred to as blended learning, combine both in-person and online components. Students attend some face-to-face class where they engage in direct interaction with they also access digital material and participate in online activities. Online only language courses are conducted entirely in the digital realm. Students access all course material, lessons. Students access all course materials, lessons, assignment, and assessment through online platforms. These courses offer maximum flexibility. These courses offer maximum flexibility, allowing learners to study from anywhere at any time, making them suitable for those with busy schedule of geographic constraints. The fifth is using social media for language learning. Using social media for language learning involves leverage popular social platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube as supplementary tools to improve language skill. Learners can engage in language or connecting with native speaker language enthusiasts or language-focused communities. They can access authentic content in their target language, such as posts, video, and discussion, which provides exposure to real-world language. So next, uh, teachers role in learning. In e-learning, the teacher role is done by beyond traditional classroom boundaries to create engaged, supportive, and effective online learning environment. Successful in learning depends on skilled educator who can adapt their teaching method and leverage technology to facilitate meaningful learning experience for students. A teacher role involves to encompass several essential functions. The first is content creator. Teachers design and develop online course materials, including lecture, assignment, quiz, and multimedia research, ensuring that content is engaging and aligned with learning objectives. The second is facilitator. Teacher guides students through the learning process by providing explanation, answering questions, and fostering discussion in virtual classroom or discussion forums. The third is assessor. Teacher design assessment, grade assignment, and provide constructive feedback to monitor student progress and ensure the mastery of learning outcomes. The fourth, technological support teacher help. Student navigation, the digital learning platform, troubleshoot technical issues, and ensure a smooth e-learning experience. The fifth, motivator. Teacher Teacher encourage and motivate students to stay engage complete assignment and participate actively in online discussion, promoting positive learning atmosphere. Six, research creator. Teacher create and recommend supplementary online research such as articles, video, and website to enhance student understanding and exploration of the subject matter. The seventh, adaptation. Teacher adapt teaching strategies to meet the needs of diverse learning, accommodating different learning style and pacing. Okay, feedback provider. The next, nine, counselor and support. Teacher offer academic and emotional support, addressing student concerns and providing guidance on learning strategies and time management. 10 is facilitator of collaboration teacher and promote collaboration and peer-to-peer learning, encouraging students to work together on project, discussion, and problem-solving activities.
Okay, I would like to present challenge and solutions of e-learning through English language teaching for of this material. While e-learning offers numerous advantages for English language teaching, it also presents a range of challenge. Addressing this challenge requires a combination of technological solutions, pedagogical adjustment, and commitment to adapt and innovate. By doing so, educators can create effective and engaging online English language learning experience for their students. Here, I would like to explore, we will explore some of the common challenges faced in e-learning for English language teaching and discuss potential solutions. The first challenge is limited interaction. Of course, one of the key challenges in e-learning for ELT is to reduce face-to-face interaction between teachers and students. Language learning often relies on real-time communication and feedback. So it is the potential solutions for this problem. Incorporate live video conferencing tools for virtual classes and interactive activities to maintain real-time interactions and communication. The second challenge or problem is technical issues. It is a common challenge or problem that several and almost all students have been through or have been experienced in the past or even now. And not all learners have access to reliable internet connections and appropriate devices, which can hinder their participation in e-learning. And here's some potential solutions is that we have to provide options for offline learning, such as downloadable materials and recorded lessons. Collaborate with local institutions or organizations to ensure access to necessary technology. For the third challenge or problem is lack of motivation. Without a physical presence of a teacher or lecturer or classmate or even the material, some learners may struggle with some self-discipline and motivation. And it happened with me sometimes. Like, we don't have motivation to be disciplined because it is just an online class or online meet. So the potential solution for the lack of motivation is we should implement gamification, rewards, online communities for foster engagement and motivation, and set clear goals and provide regular feedback to keep learners on track. So the fourth challenge is language proficiency levels. In a virtual environment, learners have a varying proficiency levels may be grouped together, making it challenging to cater to individual needs. So the potential solution for this is we should offer adaptive learning platforms that can assess learners' proficiency levels and customize content accordingly, provide additional resources and support for struggling learners. The fifth is assessment and evaluation. Um, Assessing language skills, especially speaking and listening, can be challenges in an online setting. So, the potential solution for this issue is we could we can use a variety of assessment methods, including online quizzes, written assignment, oral assignment via video conferencing, and peer evaluation. So focus on assessing particular language use. These days, some learners, particularly older adults, may lack digital literacy skill necessary for effective e-learning. So we should provide digital literacy training alongside language instruction or over user-friendly and intuitive e-learning platforms. The seventh issue is culture and time zone differences. English language teaching as a learning programs may have students from various cultural backgrounds and time zones, making scheduling and cultural sensitivity important. So, so the potential solutions for these issues, we can offer flexible scheduling options, standardized content delivery, and provide culturally inclusive materials and practices. And the issue is the next issue is teacher training, uh, where the educators may lack experience or training in online teaching methods and tools. What we can do for this, what we can do to solve this problem is we can invest in teacher training and professional development programs, specifically tailored to e-learning and English language teaching. Encourage collaboration and sharing of best practices among educators. The next issues is data privacy and security, of course. Um, Everyone have been experienced this privacy stuff, where the protecting learners' data and ensuring online security is crucial, especially when dealing with minors. So, what we can do to solve this issue, we can implement robust data privacy policies, use secure platforms, and educate both teachers and students about online safety. And the last potential challenge or issue that can happen in e-learning for English language teaching is quality assurance, where maintaining the quality of online English language teaching programs can be challenged, especially when rapid technological advan- advancements. The potential solutions for these issues that we can do continually continually update and improve course content, solicit feedback from learners, and conduct regular evaluations to ensure the quality of the e-learning experience. Okay, next material is best practices in e-learning for English language teaching. By incorporating best practices into an e-learning program for English language teaching, we can create a more engaging, effective, and inclusive online learning environment, and that helps students develop their English language skill and achieve their learning objectives. Effective e-learning in English language teaching requires careful planning, pedagogical expertise, and the use of technology to enhance language acquisition. Here are some. So we will explore some of the best practices to consider when designing and implementing e-learning programs for English language teaching. The first one is clear learning objectives. Begin with clear and specific learning objective for each lesson or module. And we have to clearly communicate these objectives to students so they understand what they are expected to learn. Second one is interactive content. Um, Students nowadays uh, will be more interested when we have an interactive content with them. So incorporate a variety of interactive and multimedia content, including videos, audio recordings, quizzes, and simulations. These elements engage learning and cater to different learning styles. And the third is user-friendly platforms. Choose user-friendly learning management system, or what we usually call in WNM. It is LMS, or e-learning platforms that are intuitive and easy to navigate. Ensure that students and teachers receive adequate learning. The fourth, practice adaptive learning. Implement adaptive learning technologies that can assess students' proficiency levels and adjust the difficulty of content accordingly. This personalization helps learners progress at their own pace. The fifth one is regular assessment. Use a mix of more formative and summative assessment to gauge learners' progress. Include quizzes, assignment, peer evaluation, and oral assessment to assess various language skills. The next practice we could do feedback and support. Provide timely and constructive feedback to students on their assignment and performance. Offer additional support or resources for struggling learners to address their specific needs. We should ask for that feedback so we can measure their skill. The next is collaborative learning. Encourage collaborative. Okay, the next is collaborative learning. Encourage collaborative activities that simulate real-world communication. Use discussion forums, group projects, and peer-to-peer interaction to foster language use and cultural understanding. So, the next is cultural sensitivity. Be mindful of the cultural diversity of your learners. Ensure that content activities are inclusive and sensitive to the cultural backgrounds and experiences of your students. The next one is teacher presence. Maintain a strong teacher presence in an online classroom. Regularly engage the students through discussion forums, email, or video conferencing. This helps build rapport and provides learners with guidance and support. The next one is structured content. Organize course content logically and sequen- sequentially. Use modules or units to break down the materials into manageable sections. Mm. And making it for making it easier to students to follow and navigate. The next one is engagement strategies. Implement gami- gamification elements such as badge. Okay. The next one is engagement strategies. Implement gamification elements such as badge, letterboards, and rewards to motivate the age learners. Design activities that promote active participation and critical thinking. The next one is assistive technologies. Ensure accessibility for all learners by using assistive technologies and providing alternative formats for content. Example, transit for video, accessible PDFs, consider the needs of learners with disabilities. Next one is regular updates. Keep course content up to date and reflect current language usage and cultural trends. Technology and language are constantly evolving, so it is important to refresh content accordingly. Next one is professional development. Invest in going professional development for teachers to keep them updated on past practicing in e-learning and in English language teaching. So it's important. So encourage collaboration and knowledge sharing among educators. It's important. So the next one is data analytics. Utilize data analytics to track learner progresses and identify areas where students may be struggling. Use this information to make informed adjustment to the course design. The next one is privacy and security. Protect students' data and privacy is so important, and we should do that, and it's must happen. And we could do it by adhering to strict data protection policies and ensuring the security of the e-learning platforms. And the last one is flexibility. Recognize the learners have different schedules and commitments. Provide flexible learning options, including standardized content delivery to accommodate various learning style and preferences. I think that's all for me. The next material will be explained by Nurul Cahyani.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Nurul Cahyani. I will continue the next material. 9. The future trends, e-learning for ELT. The trends reflect the ongoing evolution of e-learning in the ELT context, with the emphasis on the personalization, engagement, and accessibility. Educators and institutions that embrace these trends can provide more effective and relevant language learning experience for their students in the coming years. The field of e-learning for ELT is continuously evolving, driven by advances in technology and a change in educational paradigm. Here are some key future trends to watch out for. The first is artificial intelligence or AI and personalizations. AI will play a significant role in customizing learning experience. It will analyze individual student data to offer tailored content, practice, exercise, and feedback. At enhancing language acquisition. 2. Immersive learning, virtual and augmented reality, VR and AR, will create immersive language learning environments, allowing students to practice language skill in realistic scenarios such as virtual conversation and cultural simulation. 3. Gamification and game-based learning. Gamification elements and educational games will continue to motivate and engage learners, making language learning more enjoyable and effective. 4. Natural language processing NLP. NLP technology will improve language assessment and chatbot interaction, allowing for more natural and context-aware conversations with learners. 5. Microlearning, bite-sized, focused, focused lessons and modules will become more prevalent, catering to learners' shorter attention spans and busy schedules. 6. Global collaboration. E-learning platform will facilitate global collaboration among ELT students, connecting learners from different countries and providing opportunities for cross-cultural language exchange. 7. Mobile learning. The use of mobile device for language learning will increase, allowing students to access lesson and resource on the go. Mobile apps and responsive design will be integral. 8. Blockchain for a credential. Blockchain technology will enhance the security and verification of language proficiency certificates, making them more trustworthy and accessible. Um, 9. Multimodal content. Content delivery will incorporate a variety of media, such as interactive videos, podcasts, and virtual field trips to cater to diverse learning styles. 10. Data-driven insight. Enhanced data analytics will provide deeper insight into learners' behavior and performance, helping educators fine-tune course content and pedagogy. 11. Edutainment and storytelling. Integrating entertainment and storytelling elements into lessons will make language learning more engaging and memorable. 12. Cultural sensitivity and inclusivity. ELT programs will increasingly focus on cultural sensitivity and inclusivity, preparing learners for global communication by addressing cultural nuances and diverse perspectives. And the last, 13, environmental sustainability. There may be a growing emphasis on environmentally sustainable practices in e-learning, from reducing energy consumption in data centers to using eco-friendly materials in device. So that's all our presentation. Thank you for the attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you guys. Bye bye.